Good morning. How is everyone? I've got some fun news to share. I have a completely unexpected shopping haul to share with you. I wish I vlogged the whole experience. I did vlog quite a bit of me like trying on handbags and stuff, which I'll throw in here. But yeah, it was totally unexpected. But I have some other news to share with you, which will explain a little bit as to why I went on this little this little shopping spree. But right now, I just want to make some coffee because I am freezing. I just want some warm liquid. I was wearing this it's a short sleeve sweater. I was wearing this short sleeve sweater. It's actually one that Lily Silk just sent to me. It's really beautiful. It's 100% cashmere, but it's thin and it's short sleeve. And today it's supposed to get up to, I don't know, 78, 80 degrees here in Vegas. And I thought, oh, perfect. Little light sweater, that'll be nice. I'm just freezing. When you're not in the sun, it's just so cold. I feel like I said this in my last vlog. I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But I went and I threw on this cardigan, which is also Lily Silk. They actually have this cardigan in a cream color as well, which I want to grab, but this is, oh, it's such a nice, actually, let me show you my outfit quickly. But isn't this just such a great, like nerdy little shawl collared cardigan? I love it with the little pockets and everything. So I got this color like last fall. I picked this out from them, Lily Silk. And, you know, they had the cream colored one and I thought, let me try something a little bit different. But I love like the hang and the material and the cut and everything of this sweater so much that I think I need to get the cream colored one as well. So this outfit was planned without the cardigan in mind. So I just had the black short sleeve crew neck sweater over this white cause skirt, which I love. I just think it's so pretty. And I've got my Alaia fishnet flats on, but yeah, that's my outfit for the day. Oh my gosh, let me sit down and catch you up on things. By the way, do you see this mug? It says choose love. It's so great. Penzeys spices. You guys know I've been talking about spices a lot lately, but Penzeys spices is some of my favorite spices. And in fact, I discovered them when I was living in New York City. They actually had a little outpost in that Grand Central food market. I think there's actually like a name for it. I can't remember, but it's on the east side of Grand Central. And they just have some of the best food. It's a little pricey. Anyway, Penzeys used to have an outpost there. Fell in love with it there. And then they closed it. And I was like, oh my God, where am I going to get Penzeys? Anyway, I could get them online. Their shipping is not the best, but that's okay. And so they are sending out these mugs. I think maybe there's possibly a minimum to get this mug thrown in, but it's not much. It's not much. If you get a couple spices, I think you'll be able to qualify for a free mug, but I love it. I love the choose love. It's so sweet. I love Penzeys. Anyway, they have the best, like some of the best spices I've ever had. I wish they would open up a store here in Vegas because I like looking at spices and like, I don't know, like the color of the spices kind of gets me sometimes. And anyway, I'm completely rambling. So first, let me tell you what brought me to the Crystals Mall. So my client advisor over at Prada, she contacted me and she said, we're having a couple special events, kind of back to back these 2 weekends, and I just couldn't make it. And so she set a few things aside for me. The first thing is a journal, and I'll show all these things to you because they're so sweet. The first thing was a journal. They had a calligrapher in there to, dedicate the journal to us. And then the week after the journal weekend, that special event, they had another special event, but it was, I don't know if they're launching this book, if they're actually selling this book, or they created this book for like clients and, employees or whatever. So anyway, as kind of like a client appreciation gift, my client advisor set aside one of these books and she got it dedicated to me and the calligrapher was back or whatever. And because I couldn't make it to any of those events, she set them aside for me. And she texted me just to remind me. She's like, by the way, I just have these things. Just don't let me forget and, come in whenever you can, no rush, but she had set them aside for me. So I don't like to go to the Strip on the weekends because it is mayhem. So I thought, let me go. It's a weekday. So I drove up there and my intention was just to pick up this beautiful coffee table book and the journal. So anyway, we got to talking, and I really love my client advisor. Her name is Gabby. If ever you need any help at Prada, she's wonderful. She's at the Crystals Mall location. She's wonderful. We were just talking. She's like, "Oh, do you have any plans?" And blah blah blah. And I said, actually, my husband and I are going on a cruise. So that's the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, is that my husband and I are going on a cruise towards the end of May. And this is the first cruise that I will ever be on. I get motion sick. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know I get motion sick, and you know how bad it can get. And so I've always avoided cruises. But it's like the more I talk to friends and family, they're like, cruises are actually really, really great because you can see so many different places pretty quickly, if that's kind of your goal. And that's never really my goal. It's not like I want to just like knock off places from my list. I really like to go and spend some time in one city at least. But anyway, I thought, well, maybe a cruise could be fun. I don't know. I was slowly warming up to the idea of cruises. Maybe this was sometime last year. And so, I was talking to, I think it was Nicole. My friend Nicole. She has the channel Yay or Nay Nicole. She's here on YouTube. Anyway, she was here visiting, and we started talking about traveling, and she travels a lot. She travels a lot for work. She and her family travels a lot. They love it. And so she was telling me about cruises and how much she loved it. Oh, you know what? This was actually like the clincher. When I was in Palm Springs with my friend Julie, she was like, her husband, she was like, we went on a cruise for our honeymoon. And I just never thought of her as a cruise person. And I was like, really? I was like, did you enjoy it? Would you go on another one? And she said, actually, it was a lot of fun. And she made the point also, she was like, you can see a lot of places, a lot of different places, pretty quickly in a short period of time. And I was like, okay, all right. So anyway, my husband and I are going on a cruise. We're going on a Mediterranean cruise. It starts in Rome. It goes up the west side of the boot, of the Italian boot, and we're going to end up on the Amalfi Coast in Positano. And then it swings back around. So then we go back down the boot. I think we go to Malta, maybe hit another place in Italy. And then I was picking all the excursions. I was so overwhelmed. I don't even know what I picked. There were so many. I mean, every single day you're in a different port. And then we come up the east side of the boot, and we hit Croatia. It's like we kind of go back and forth anyway, and then we end up kind of at that part where Italy is like part of the continent, and that's where we end. And then we have to fly back to Rome, and then Rome, we're flying home from there. I'm really, really excited. I'm a little bit nervous because of the motion sickness, but I'm really excited. I'm excited to see all these different parts of Italy. I was in Italy for the first time last year, and I fell in love. I was in Florence and then Milan. And it was just incredible. And I know this is going to be very different since we're going to be along the coast instead of these like fairly large cities. Milan is a fairly large city. And yeah, I was just so excited. So that is happening. That's coming up towards the end of May. It's going to be for 2 weeks. I'll definitely have a lot of cruise content. And yeah, I'm so excited. I'll give you more information, of course, as it gets closer and when I'm packing and all that stuff. I've never really gone away on it's not beachy because I'm not really going to be on a beach. I'm going to be on a boat, but a really kind of summery, watery kind of vacation. It's not really my thing. So I don't know what I'm going to be packing. Anyway, I'm having this conversation with Gabby at Prada, and I'm like, oh, I'm going on this cruise. And she was like, she's like, we just got a delivery in of some like summer stuff. And she's like, of course, we still have some things left over from last year, whatever. She started pulling out some stuff. And of course, I fell in love with shoes and handbags. I didn't get any clothing. She said more clothing is coming in a couple weeks. She's like, maybe come back before you leave for your cruise, come back and take a look at some of the clothing. She's like, I think it'd be perfect, perfect for the cruise. I'm like, okay, we'll have to see. But yeah, I ended up getting a bunch of stuff. So I will show that to you. But I'm really excited about the cruise. If you guys have any cruise tips, I'm sure there's some cruise experts out there. Will you please let me know? I think what's making me the most, I don't know, nervous, that's an overstatement. But I guess the thing that I'm thinking about the most is how many excursions there are. Like literally almost, I think every single day there's an excursion. And I just feel like, am I gonna wanna just relax? Am I gonna want to maybe skip some of the excursions? Am I allowed to skip some of the excursions? Because I did pick some out. And if I just feel like I don't wanna go, like I've paid for it, that's fine. If I just feel, because sometimes I just feel like not doing something, am I gonna be allowed to stay back on the boat? I mean, I'm sure I can, but I don't know. I don't know if that's kosher. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like okay to do. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be really busy. And I think I realized that, and I started picking excursions that were, because they have like time estimates. I started picking ones that were like 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. I was like, I think that's long enough. I think I'm just going to want to like relax on the boat, and just like chill by the pool on the boat. Cruise ships are so interesting to me. I can't believe they have so many things on the boat, like huge. And I'm not going on one of those giant cruise boats. It's not like a Norwegian. The cruise line is Oceana. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I should check actually. But it's an Oceana cruise, and I believe these boats are a little bit smaller. Still big, but a little bit smaller than those like I said, Norwegian, or what's the other big one? Royal Caribbean, I think that's the other one that I feel like I always see. Anyway, please, if you have cruise tips, I would love to hear them. I would love to hear them. I've got to get some bathing suits. I have like 2 really old pairs of bathing suits that were already kind of loose on me. I think because they were old. I think the elastic had just kind of worn out from them. Anyway, so I need to get new bathing suits, and yeah, please let me know down below in the comment section what I should be bringing. Comfortable shoes, of course. So anyway, I'm going to finish this coffee, and then I would love to show you what I got at Prada. All right, let me grab my bags over here. So in this smaller bag, we have the journal and the book. Let me show these to you first. The journal is so cool. And this is another thing that I told myself that at least in 2024, I could not purchase any journals, notebooks, anything like that. But gifts are always welcome. Oh, she actually wrapped it up for me. So there were some color options, but I really liked the Prada blue for the cover. I think they had black, pink. If they had the Prada green, that like minty green, I probably would have picked that, but they only had, in terms of like Prada-esque colors, this blue of theirs. So it has these grommets on the cover, isn't that cool? And then here is where the calligrapher signed my name. And then all of the pages they're not vellum, but they are really fine. They're very fine, a little sheer. Maybe they are like a vellum. I can't tell. They're so vellum tends to have like a really kind of crispiness to it. These are a little bit softer. It is gold edged. There is like a little ribbon here. Oh, there's actually 3 ribbons. So beautiful. Each page has Prada at the bottom. Isn't that pretty? I love this. I think it's too pretty to actually use, so I'm just going to put it on display. And then let me show you this book. Oh my gosh. It is gorgeous. Look at this. And then it opens up. This is just the case for it. And then it opens up. And look, that's where they added my name. And then inside this sleeve is the actual book. Do you guys remember this print? Gorgeous. So I won't bore you with the whole thing, but there's just some fun stuff in here, fun pictures. Here's their, I don't know if they call it a Boston bag, but I think it's like their little duffel bag. I keep eyeing that. And this is from 1976. And not to spoil my haul, but you're gonna see something very similar in my haul. And here's Prada herself, Miuccia Prada, in 1987. There she is again. I love it. I love these photos. Oh, a bag from 1986. The first bag I ever got from Prada was 1995. That's when I joined the cult, the family. 1932, wow. Gorgeous. So this was a little gift from Prada. Isn't it great? I love it. 1978. Can you believe that? And it's still a great seller today. So anyway, so happy to have received this. It's so beautiful. All right, now to get to the good stuff. Let me show you. Do you guys want to see shoes or bags first? Let's do bags. So I got 2 bags. I love these bags, and I did have the cruise in mind when I picked these out. You'll see why. Okay, so the first one actually goes with a pair of the shoes that I got. Nevertheless, I love this bag. I love the color of it. It is one of their crochet bags. Isn't it cute? I just love this green. You know, I've seen their natural version of this, I mean, for years, right? They've been doing it for a while, and it's nice. I just find it a little boring. I mean, I'm pretty boring, but I found it a little boring. But this mint green, this like Prada green, I just fell in love with. I was like, oh my gosh. And this like cute little size, I just thought would be great to carry around the boat, maybe carry on some of the excursions. It does have the Prada triangle on one side, and then the very bold Prada. It's actually like embroidered in there with the logo here. And that's the back side. Very, very plain, no pockets or anything on the inside. It's just an open bucket, but I love it. I think it's the green that got me. I think it's the size. It's just such a cute little size. They of course had like the beach bag size. I just wasn't interested in those. They're too, like they were great with all the stuffing in there, but as soon as I took all the stuffing out, they were like lifeless bags. And I thought, well, I'd really have to keep it stuffed. Anyway, I just thought the little one was just cuter and one that I would wear more. And just to let you know, this is not raffia, this is viscose. So they used to use raffia, and I actually have one of the raffia totes from a gazillion years ago. It's much bigger, and it's from before I moved here to Vegas. It's probably 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old, but that one is made of raffia. And so I was talking to actually the department manager at Prada, and she was like, yeah, they switched over to viscose because the raffia was just too fragile. If it gets dry, it just cracks, and then it starts to split, and then it becomes sort of like not only unsightly, but like you kind of can't use it. It's like too rough. So anyway, so they moved over to viscose. So it's much more durable, and it is not going to like crack and fray. So that is one bag that I got. And then the other bag I got is just like the one that you saw in the book, but I thought this would be a great, great bag for excursions. It was like the perfect size. Look at this guy. So it's this rich sort of, it's brown, but it has a little bit of like yellow in there. It's just a lot of fun. It's got 2 zippers at the top, this front zipper here, this nice long shoulder strap. I can make it shorter to just put over the shoulder. I liked this length because I like stuff that's crossbody, and I just thought this would be great. I could put sunglasses, phone, my camera, you know, lip balm, any other stuff that I may have for excursions. I just thought this was so great. So here it is crossbody. I love the color. I love how the strap is adjustable. I have it right at my hip, so comfortable. I love the 2 compartments here. This is one of those bags that definitely fits a bit more, I think, than it looks like it would. I don't know, it's one of those bags that has really nice proportions. I'm not usually into just like a square, almost like a camera bag style, but If you guys have been following me for a while, when I was in Italy last summer with my friend Sarah, she had this bright green Gucci. It was like a camera bag. It was so great. It was crossbody, and she let me borrow it one day because the bags I had were either too small or too big, of course. Never the right size. Anyway, it was from then that I realized how practical the camera bag is, that shape, that kind of square shape. That's why I decided on getting the Loewe puzzle bag, because it kind of has that shape as well. And I use that bag, as you guys know, I use that all the time. I use it to death. So yeah, I've really just been more and more attracted to these kind of square shaped bags because of their practicality. They just fit a lot. They always seem to be the perfect size versus a lot of other bags that I have, which never seem to be the right size. It's like the same essence as my Oleata bag that I've been raving about. It fits so much more than it looks. And I think it's just this square, squared off. This is obviously a rectangle, but like a squared off shape. It's just very, very practical. So got this with excursions in mind. I just think it'll be a great bag. And the nylon is great. It's very, very light, but it is leather trimmed. There's leather here and there's leather around the zippers and down here. So it keeps the shape of the bag. It doesn't get saggy or anything. So this is the other bag that I got, and I will list all the styles and everything down below my description box. I think they take the tags. Here, let me hold this up. But I will list it down below in the description box as well if you are interested. Such a great bag, and I think it's also very unisex. So if I make my husband carry my bag, which thankfully he doesn't mind doing, he won't look silly carrying this bag. All right, let's move on to shoes. I bought 3 pairs of shoes. Get them all out of the bag here. All right, the first pair of shoes is actually what I had in mind when I picked out this crochet bag. But these are a pair of their downtown sneakers in the mint green. I just love, love, love this color. And, the downtown sneakers, very popular silhouette of Prada's. And they're black and white ones they can't seem to keep in stock. I think those are very popular. I think Nike, what do people call it? Is it like the panda sneaker or something? Anyway, I'm not that attracted to that particular colorway, but this, absolutely. And look how cute. Look at how cute. And the best thing is, of course, I tried them on in store, and I just started walking around with them on, and I was looking at, handbags or whatever. And by the time I picked out everything that I wanted, I was like, oh my gosh, I still have these sneakers on. They're so comfortable, so comfortable. And I have a little bit of a wider foot, and I think that's why I like Prada shoes so much. Not every pair, but most of their shoes accommodate a wider foot. So yeah, I just love it. And are these true to size? I've been saying I'm generally a size 39, but I feel like lately I've generally been a size 38 and a half. Oh, here we go. These are 38. So these actually run, what is that? They run large. So I would size down, but I love, love, love this green color. I just think they're so fresh and fun for the spring, summertime. And then, which ones are these? So these I was really on the fence about. I really, really like them, but I kept thinking, I'm like, do these look too old and grandma? But they're so comfortable. And I actually pictured the skirt that I have on. I pictured the skirt with these shoes. Hold on, let me get all the wrapping off. Look at these loafers. So same idea as the handbag. They are crocheted and they are viscose, and they have these rubber soles. And what size do I have in these? I think I have a 30, also a 38. Isn't that interesting? Prada definitely does run a little bit large. But yeah, I tried these on, and I'll put some footage in of all the stuff that I'm showing you or whatever at the store. But I tried these on. I tried on a pair of mules with the same fabric, but they looked a little bit more like slippers instead of like backless loafers. And I didn't want them that casual, and these are casual enough. And I thought these would look really, really good with skirts, dresses, and pants, cropped pants, jeans, whatever. And perfect for the cruise? I don't know. I think they'll be perfect for the cruise, but I just love them. They are lined with Napa leather, so really, really soft, just super comfortable, and I love them. I love them so much. I'm so glad I got them. They were kind of on the chopping block for a while, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear these to death in the summertime. Maybe not come fall, winter, but this summer, I think I'll definitely wear these. I just picture them with this white skirt and with like white pants or like a crisp white button front shirt. Yeah, I just think these are really great. So that's the second pair of shoes that I got. And then the third pair of shoes, these are probably the most predictable pair of shoes that I got. And these, I don't have the cruise in mind or anything. These are just shoes that I fell in love with because how comfortable they are. I've seen them on the shelves there for a while. Didn't think of it. I'm like, I have enough shoes that look like that. But once I tried them on, I was like, oh, I am done for. So these black sandals. So the difference for me, at least in my particular shoe collection, is that they're slide-ins. I usually have an ankle strap, and I did try on this version shoe with the ankle strap, which is so, so great. But I was like, let me do at least a little bit different. This is the most comfortable sandal I've ever tried on. This is Napa leather, so it's really, really soft, silky soft, smooth, just super duper comfortable. There is a little bit of an arch support here. I do not have flat feet, so I don't need a lot of arch support, but this is like a perfect amount. So it is like a Birkenstock style, of course, you guys know. I have a ton of these shoes, but I just know I'm gonna wear this a ton. They had some other materials. They had like a beige color, but it was quilted. I didn't really like that. They had a suede version, and I was like, I feel like that gets a little bit too close to Birkenstock because I have some like that. I was like, this at least is just a little bit different. I may also be kidding myself. But anyway, these are Velcro straps that you can adjust. So, oh, and this is the sole. It's like a lug sole. So I'm glad I got these. I was really debating because I really do like the back ankle strap. It just keeps everything more secure. But I have a lot of dad sandals with the back strap, so I'm glad I changed it up. Who knows? I may go back and get the other one. That's how comfortable these are. So, so comfortable. Oh, and the size that I have is, these are also a 38. I'm so surprised. I guess my feet are just getting a little bit smaller because with Prada, I'm pretty sure, I'm like usually a 38 and a half, a 39, most definitely. I mean, all these shoes are fairly casual, but 38 is pretty surprising. Anyway, 38s. And that is what I got at Prada, but I'm just gonna throw in some footage here. I tried on a lot of bags. A lot of bags. I think once I kind of opened up my mind and my heart to a crochet bag, I was like, oh, what's that? What's that? Because they had all of these different versions of the crochet bag, not just these little totes, but they had really cute like crossbody bags and stuff. I tried on pretty much any version that was there at the store. And yeah, and with the shoes, I was telling you about the mules that I tried on. Yeah, so it was a very accessories heavy day at Prada. I actually didn't try it. Did I try on any clothing? I didn't try on any clothing, but oh, I also did try on a few other mint green or Prada green bags. They have like a little bucket bag. The bucket bag I thought was super cute. That I thought also, oh, isn't that great? You can just put your phone in there, right? It fits all the things. But it has this crossbody strap, which I really like, but it also has this top handle to it. And it stuck up strangely if you wore it crossbody, which I felt like I would most of the time. So I put that back. But I also fell in love with, and I think I may go back for, their re-edition bag. What is it called? I'll flash the name of it up on the screen. Anyway, it's basically like this little shoulder bag. It's like a little shoulder bag. It kind of has like a flat hobo style to it. You guys have seen it all over the place. It has this almost like a guitar strap to it, at least most of the models that I looked at. And then it has like a little like AirPods case hanging off of the strap. Then it has like this little chain. It's just this like little shoulder bag that I just never thought I would have use for. But my client advisor there, Gabby, was showing me how you can take the strap off and wear it as a belt, and then the AirPod thing can hang down, and then you can just use a little chain as like a shoulder. She was just going on and how it's great as like a crossbody. I was like, sold. This is so, so amazing. But I decided to kind of put that off to the side because it was too small, I thought, for excursions. I didn't think that I could fit everything that I wanted, and I really had like the cruise on my mind. And she also said, she's like, this is a style that's like kind of always around. She's like, so if you want it down the road, she's like, it'll probably still be here. So anyway, that was the other bag that I was looking at but did not get. But that was my trip to Prada. It was very, shall we say, productive? It was very productive. And I love, love, love everything that I got. And that's it. That's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will definitely be vlogging while I'm on the cruise. I'm so excited. Again, any cruise tips, please leave them down below in the comment section. I'd really love to hear from you guys. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.